I have a great one for you all today. I just found a $25,000 grant that I know will be perfect for your business. And what's even better is that this grant is open to new business owners. And so if you're new to grants, it is debt-free funding, which means that you don't have to pay the money back like you would with traditional types of funding. And what's even better is that with a grant, you can also get marketing and mentorship. But before I say too much, my name is Darcy. I'm an AI business strategist that will help you start businesses, get grant ready, and build wealth. If you'd like to work with me, you can find out how in the description below. And so today, I will break down exactly what you need to know about this $25,000 grant. Then I'll tell you how you can get an extra 10 bonus points that'll help separate you from all the other grant applicants. And then lastly, I'm gonna share with you some really good ChatGPT prompts that are gonna help you take your application to the next level. And so if that sounds good to you, let's get into it. This $25,000 grant is brought to you by the UPS store. And so they have a little challenge going on where they are going to award a total of $35,000 and national exposure. And so there will be 3 grant winners that will walk away with cash money for their business. The grand prize winner will receive $25,000. In addition, they will be featured in Inc. magazine, and they will get an all-expense paid trip to Nashville for the final round. And so there is a ton offered with this grant, and I don't want you to miss out, as this is life-changing money. But you need to make sure you have a strong application and you get the 10 bonus points. But if your application isn't perfect, there are runner-ups that will receive $5,000 and a trip to Nashville. So not just 1, but 3 winners are walking away with stone hard cold cash to then inject into their business, because that's truly when we can start investing in ourselves. And if you're about that, let me hear you say debt-free in the comments. Moving on, we got to talk about eligibility. So there are a few requirements that you do need to meet to be eligible for this grant. And you don't want to skip out on the eligibility, as it will make all the difference on whether or not this grant is a great fit for you. When it comes to where you live, it is a US-based grant. So unfortunately, if you live in another country, this grant opportunity is not for you. But there are other opportunities out there that are for you, and you can access them in my master grant playlist, which includes both worldwide and US-based grants. And then we have age requirements. You do have to be over the age of 18 to apply. If you are younger, or you have some younger siblings that are ready to start a business, send them towards the Business Freedom Grant. In addition, you do need to be an independent owner or operator of your business, which means that franchises like a McDonald's or a Wendy's do not qualify for this grant. In addition, you do need to be a small business, which means that you have 9 or fewer full-time employees as of January 12th of 2026. In addition, when it comes to operations, your business must be founded and be in operation by January 12th. And so if you started your business January 1st, you are in the clear, as this is a great opportunity to snatch up some debt-free money that you can then use to grow your new business. And I must say, there's not many opportunities out there that will pay you money to start and grow your business. Another requirement is that you must show stability, which means that your business needs to be in operation at least through May 31st. But I know you're going to keep this business running for years to come, because we are building legacies with our businesses. Another requirement is that your business address must be located at a real street address. They will not accept PO boxes. So if you include a PO box, your application is going to get rejected. What I would personally recommend is getting a virtual office. It gives you the benefits of a real physical office building without having to pay thousands of dollars a month. And I just pay about $50 or $60 for my virtual office. And I have a link in the description below to Alliance Virtual, which is my personal recommended virtual office service. In order to apply to this grant on behalf of the business, you must be considered an eligible owner or have an eligible representative. And so to be an eligible owner, you need to own more than 51% of the business. And then to be an eligible representative, they must put in at least 30 hours a week into the business. And you do need to know if the business has multiple owners All owners must authorize entry into this grant opportunity. And so this grant can really be broken down into 4 stages. The first stage is the submission process. You have until February 22nd to submit this application. And so they do request that you submit a 100-word essay as well as a bonus video. While it is required that you submit one, I would highly recommend, if not, I would just say for me it's required that you submit both. And so that's where the bonus points comes in. You can get up to 10 bonus points by submitting a quality grant video, and you do not want to miss the chance to showcase your business. And now let me break down how the grant application will be scored. And so 80 points will go towards the 100-word essay, where you are tasked with clearly communicating how your business is unstoppable. The next 10 points will go towards clearly communicating your story, and then the last 10 points will go towards your bonus video. And so without a video submission, you will get a maximum of 90 points out of 100, which isn't going to be enough. And so you truly need to submit both.
When it comes to grant opportunities like this, you want to apply as soon as you can, because grant sponsors have the right to close the grant application at any time.
Now let's get into the timeline. This is the complete walkthrough of the key dates you need to know about this grant. And so after phase 1, we have phase 2, which is the selection period. This is where the judges will review and go through the grant applications to decide who will be the finalists. This will take place from February 23rd to March 6th. Then we have phase 3, which is the social challenges. This is where the public will vote on the business that they would like to move forward. And this will run until April 5th. And then lastly, the finale will be on April 23rd, which will be a live event in Nashville where the 3 finalists will be chosen. And the first place will get $25,000. If you are moved on to the semifinalist stage, there's some key information that you'll need to submit. You'll want to include your W-9, as you'll get paid more than $2,000 for 2026. You'll also want to include any additional tax forms, as well as have your LLC documents ready to go. And so 80% of your score will go towards how well you did within the challenges, and then 20 points will be from public voting. Then for the finale, you'll be flown to Nashville, where you'll need to present your business idea in front of a panel, where there'll be live Q&A and even more challenges. Then lastly, there'll be the final judging, where the winner of the $25,000 grant will be announced. And so a winning strategy when it comes to applying to these grants is that you want to make sure you meet the eligibility criteria. Secondly, you want to do a great job of submitting your unstoppable story and uploading a bonus video. And lastly, you want to submit all of this before the February 22nd deadline.
And so you should know, before we get into these ChatGPT prompts, it's very important that you tell ChatGPT about yourself and about your business. And so the more ChatGPT knows, the better response it will give. And so you can add this additional detail in the custom instructions, or when you go to the chat window, you can share it right there.
And so the first helpful ChatGPT prompt that you want to use is to ask ChatGPT to act as an experienced grant reviewer. It's going to give you actionable recommendations on how you can improve your unstoppable story. And so this prompt will ensure you have a high quality response to the grant application question. The next prompt that you should have is one that's going to help you improve your video. And so now ChatGPT and other LLM models like Google Gemini can review the content of your videos. And so this is a great way to get timely feedback. And so if you want to access these prompts, you can find it inside the Grant House, which is my private community where I walk you through how to use AI to get grant ready and create cash flow systems in your business. To find out more, you can click the link in the description. And so to apply to this $25,000 grant, you will need to go to inc.com/the-UPS store/small-biz.challenge. It'll then take you to this page right here. Once you read up on the details, you can scroll down and fill out the application. It should take no more than 10 to 20 minutes of your time. While you're reading through the details, I would recommend that you study the 2025 grant winners. And so 2 women founders won last year for their company, Just Call Me Shirley, a fun twist on the everyday Shirley Temple, which is one of my favorite drinks. And so now you know the key details about this $25,000 grant.
But if you aren't set up properly, it won't make a difference. So make sure to watch this video right here on how to set up an LLC step by step.